Hi everyone, welcome back to JP WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and having a good week. Yesterday we talked about who should be the goalkeeper for West Ham. Should it be Fabianski or Areola? If you haven't already done so, guys, go check that video out. But today we're going to be going over our centre-backs with pretty much the same sort of magnifying glass set of data. As always, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro gear, as you can see from the icon that's up here, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts in the claret and blue made by Admiral and Umbro, so go check those out as well. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they are currently supporting close to 90 separate food banks probably by the time of this recording. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to the club shop, and you'll be helping those that are less fortunate than you and I. But if you want to make a donation directly to the charity, but you don't want to make an affiliate link purchase, that's perfectly fine as well. There is their Just Give and Fund link in the description below. So £1, £2, £5, whatever you can afford, guys, believe me, every penny helps. So like the majority of you, I do think that the best centre-back pairing we've got is Kilman and Todibo. Mavropanos is very unstable. He's got a lot of potential if he just knuckles down and concentrates. You know, his decision-making, we've mentioned many times beforehand, his decision-making is terrible for a lot of things. But at the same point, guys, going over the data of the players is very, very interesting. So let's start off by tackles. Now, before I talk about it, I did say in the welcome video when it was confirmed that Maxi was going to be making signing his contract, that he doesn't go into tackles, and this is actually borne out by this data. The tackles one shows that per 90, Max makes a 0.45 tackle per game with a win ratio of 47.6. Todibo, percent I should say. Todibo averages 1.56 tackles per game with a win ratio of 68.2%. Mavropanos for 1.3 every 90 with a 76.9% win ratio. Now, in terms of duels won, Kilman is an average of 4.73 with a 70.9% win ratio per game. Todibo is 4.79 per game with a win ratio of 58.2%, and Mavropanos is higher than all of them with 5.39% with a 69.2% win ratio. That's pretty impressive. Aerial duels, in terms of numbers, Kilman makes aerial duels of an average of 2.93 per game, 69.1% completion. Todibo 1.56 per game with a 51.7% completion rate, and Mavropanos of 2.73 with a 76.4% win rate. Now, in terms of interceptions themselves, Max makes 1.22 on average per game, Todibo 1.14 per game, and Mavropanos of 2.08 per game. And I need to preface this, guys, because I forgot about it earlier. This is since the start of the season. It's every game that they've played. In terms of recoveries, Max makes an average of 4.5 a game, Todibo 4.27 per game, and Mavropanos 3.38. So he's lacking there, but so far he's just ahead of everybody else. In terms of successful passes, Max makes an average of 45.11 per 90 with an 86.6% win ratio of accurate win passes, I should say. Todibo of 42.66 with an accuracy rating of 89.3%, and Mavropanos of 45.84 with a win ratio of 85.8%. So there's not really that much in it between all three players, really. In terms of successful dribbles and their accuracy, Max makes an average of 0.5 successful dribbles per game, but 91.7% win ratio. Todibo 0.62 per 90 with a 60% completion rate, and Mavropanos of 0.45 per 90 with 63.6% win ratio. Now, in terms of accurate long balls, Max makes an average of 3.47 per 90 with a 49% accuracy rating. Todibo of 1.77 with 42.5% average rating, and Mavropanos of 3.38 with an average completion of 50.8%. So gets there heavily on quite a few things. And fouls committed, this is where Mavropanos' numbers are way higher, unfortunately, as we know. Mavropanos makes 0.71 on average per game. Todibo 0.62 and Maxi makes 0.36. But fouls won. Max makes 0.36 per 90. Todibo makes 0.31 per 90, and Mavropanos makes 0.65 per 90. So, guys, as I say, very, very healthy numbers. Some good, some bad. But in general, it shows from a stats point of view, Mavropanos is just equal, albeit slightly behind, but slightly behind Kilmer, but slightly above Todibo. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why when he was identified under Moyes, when he was brought in last season, that's probably some of the numbers as to why he would like to, why Moyes brought him in. As I say, this is just Premier League numbers. It's not, and it's since the start of this season as well. So it makes very, very interesting reading. But I'm sure you guys will agree with me that regardless of these numbers, the centre-back pairing for the majority of us, if all players were fit, would either be Kilman or Todibo, or for an experimental side of things, Kilman and Casey. Now, we haven't seen Casey as in the Premier League as a centre-back yet, but I stress yet. But I do think at some point we will. I really, really think we will, especially bearing in mind Mavropanos is too twitchy. Depends on how quickly Todibo is going to come back fit. I do genuinely think if Todibo was as fit as Kilman was, I think his numbers would be slightly higher as a result. I really do. I think Todibo would probably be one of the players we would say is a hallmark centre-back. I really do. I really think that you know, in an ideal world, I really, really do think that Hammer of the Year would be going down to the following players for this season. Wan-Bissaka, Kilman, Todibo, lesser extent, Skulls. Really think it would. You know, out of the players we've discussed so far, I really do think that's would. But in an ideal world, that's not what we don't live in an ideal world, and as a result, it's not going to be the case. So far for me personally, since the start of the season, 100% in terms of the centre back position, Kilman is absolutely nailing it. It annoys me quite a few times in terms of the fact that he doesn't make enough blocks, but yeah. That's the only thing I think Kilman should work on, is the fact that if he makes blocks, because he just stands there and watch the ball go in the back of the net or watch it go wide, he doesn't try and interject himself into it, and that's the problem. That's where I have issue with him. But other than that, he's 9 out of 10 for most of the games as far as I'm concerned. But as I say, that one is because he doesn't block, so you probably bring him down to 7 or an 8 out of 10. But if he makes blocks, you know, if he stands up and, you know, he makes some good tackles and makes some good interceptions, but he doesn't get in the flight path. He doesn't. And that's the problem. He needs to sort that out. But guys, put your comments in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? If so, let me know. If you don't, let me know who your favoured centre-back pairing is and who your favourite centre-back is so far. I was going to do a left-back and right-back positions, but it's not fair, really, because we haven't seen Casey. We haven't seen Skulls enough to be able to make a comparison, and we can't make a comparison with Creswell either, for that matter. He hasn't played enough. You know, he's made a few he's made some appearances here and there, granted, but I don't think it'd be right to do so. Likewise with Wan-Bissaka and Soufal, you know, it's predominantly Vlad as runner-up with this. I mean, if you want me to do it, guys, put the comments in the comment section below, and I'm more than happy to talk about the right back. But left back is just, or if you want me to talk about the left back as well, for that matter, I'm going to try and do some stuff about the midfield and the attack as well. So, guys, keep an eye out for that. I don't think it's going to be daily, but guys, over the last 4 weeks, just over half of you that have been watching the channel, 58.6% of you guys have not been subscribed. So if you're enjoying the channel and you really genuinely want to know more, because I can see we're getting quite a lot of returning viewers, but I don't know if they're subscribed or not. The analytics don't go into that much data yet. But guys, if you do want to know more, then by all means, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. But in the meantime, guys, and please do share it as well for that matter. But in the meantime, take care. I'm working through the Chelsea preview, guys, so that'll be coming up in the next few days. But in the meantime, guys, have a fantastic week if I don't see you, and I'll see you very soon. All the best now. Take care.